Wow, what was that all about? Obviously throwing darts, but gonna talk about one of my I just favorite activities, dart throwing. So haven't talked about that one before, folks. And I don't know, there's something about throwing darts. It's fun. It's a little elegant. It's a little something maybe from yesteryear, although lots of people throw darts. I don't know. Just seemed like maybe the Savinelli Bing would be appropriate for this particular video. So we got this guy out. We got the Prince Albert in the bowl. As always, let's get this guy lit. Let's get to talking. So I remember getting introduced to darts in my paternal grandmother's basement by Grandma Perkins, always called her Grandma P. She had a small little house, had a basement though, and when I would go to stay with her, we'd go down there sometimes and to a little boy, boy, that was really cool. There was all kinds of neat stuff in the basement. Some of my dad's old bowling and golf trophies and that kind of stuff. And of course, she had her laundry down there, and then within the basement there was another little room, a little storage room. And I remember that's where she kept her nativity set and her Christmas decorations and that kind of thing. And she had this blue and yellow dartboard. Just the typical paper, kind of pressed paper dartboard, and just little yellow, blue plastic built-in flights on the darts, but I thought that was really cool. And then I really didn't do anything with darts until college. I was an undergraduate at Indiana University. I'm trying to block the sun for you guys here, and you say, well, why in the world are you doing this? It's just such a beautiful day, but man, that sun just where it's at right now, it's kind of right behind my head. So I'm trying to block that for you a little bit. When I was junior, I was still in the dorm. A very good friend, Terry, was my roommate, one of the groomsmen in my wedding, and he had a dartboard. So we hung it on the back of the door. There in the dorm room, started throwing darts. Next year, our senior year, we moved off campus to an apartment. Had the dartboard there, had just a neat little inset area in the wall of the apartment. It was perfect. Actually had a light over it. It was perfect. So we hung up a big piece of plywood just in case we got off the board. Didn't want to damage the wall. And hung the dartboard up there. And man, we played darts all the time. Then, I'll tell you something here in a moment. The other thing we would sometimes do, there was a club in Bloomington, Indiana. At the time, it's called the Bluebird. I don't know if it's still there, but the kind of entertainment that they had tended to be more of the hard rock and kind of bands. And so we would go over to the Bluebird, get our hands stamped for the show, and then we'd go across the street to a very towny bar. Okay? Now, a lot of you know in college towns, there's kind of the stuff that the college kids hang out with, and then there's the stuff that the people of the town hang out at. And this was very much a towny establishment. It was called the Video Saloon. But we would go across the street to the Video Saloon because they had darts. So we would throw darts while we're waiting for whatever band was going to come on at the Bird. Then we would go back across the street to the Bluebird, watch the band. So we played a lot of darts. And then for the day of my wedding, had my groomsmen there with me. I'd spent the night in the apartment. Rehearsal dinner and all that jazz. The day of the wedding, we had a little sports triathlon. Because let's be honest, what else has a guy got to do? Man, all I got to do is get dressed in a tux. My wife had a lot to do that day, but the guys, we didn't really have anything to do. So we had a sports triathlon. We went out and shot around the golf, went bowling, came back to the apartment, ended up with darts. Then my buddy Terry, my roommate, gave us the best wedding gift that we got. Now, my wife would absolutely dispute this, but I argue the best gift we got was the dartboard that you saw at the beginning of this video. It was a bristle tip made with sisal fibers, which is really, really nice. It's a self-healing board, so when the dart goes in, you pull it back out, the fibers kind of collapse again and you don't see the hole. Really, really nice bristle tip board, and that Cheers dart cabinet, which, as you can see, still hangs in our homes, in our garage to this day. So I am grateful for that. I think that was the best wedding gift that we got. So let's talk a little bit about darts. There's all kind of games that you can play with darts. A couple of the most common are 301 and 501, where you start off with 301 points or 501 points, and you are throwing darts to reduce that total until you see who's the first one to go out. And often you have to play double in or double out, where you have to, your first dart has to hit a double, and your last dart has to hit a double. There's all kinds of variations on this stuff. But my favorite game is cricket. In fact, that's all I've really played for years and years and years is cricket. And we're not talking the ball and bat kind of cricket, but cricket is a dart game as well. So let's talk a little bit about how cricket works and just a little bit about darts in general. I've only had 2 sets of darts. I guess I should have brought the other set out. I've got them. Brass barrel. But then eventually I got the tungsten, and you always have a set of 3. And so we'll kind of hold them up here for you. But this is your basic dart. And before we go any further, there are soft tip darts, but plastic boards and electronic and that. I don't do that. I don't throw plastic tip darts. I don't enjoy that. I want steel tip darts. And you really got three parts to the dart here. You've got, let's see if I can kind of undo this here. Maybe I got it in so tight. There we go. So you've got the okay, so we've got 3 parts to the dart. You got the main body of the dart, which has the point, and you got this main shaft here. I like a narrower shaft. I like the way that feels in my fingers. There's all kinds of weights. They're usually measured in grams, and I totally forget what these are. I do like a little heavier dart. I feel like this might be, I don't know, maybe 26 grams or something. I've long forgotten. Then you have this part back here that will hold the flight, and this simply screws in. It's got a little, well, I can't see it, but it's got a, let's see if we can get over here. Let me go this way. There's a little O-ring right there that helps hold it in. You screw that in, and you'll notice that there is a little hole. There we go. You can see the hole here. Well, you stick another dart through there and just use that to turn it and make sure it's nice and tight. Then you got your flights. And the cool thing about flights, you could, and the mark here that holds the flight, man, you can get all colors and designs, and it's just so cool. A few years ago, I got a new set of the flight holder. I'm sure there's a term for that. I don't remember what it is. And a new set of lights, and so really enjoy this. But there you go. And so you're just, throwing. The way that, I was going to show you this too. My son got into throwing darts with me, and several years ago I got him a nice set of darts for Christmas, and so this is his set, and here's mine. So, I don't know. Kind of see those there. He very much likes the blue. So, the way cricket works, the only numbers you care about on the dart ring are 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. So 20 through 15 and bullseye. Now, I'm going to bring this picture up here so you can see the dartboard. What you'll notice is around the top, or the outer ring, there's a narrow colored band. If you hit that, that's a double. If you hit the broader area, that's either light color, white, or black on my dartboard, that's just the single value of whatever number it is, so 20 points or 15 points, whatever. And if you hit that little band that's kind of in the middle of that, that's a triple. So triple the value. So the deal with cricket is that you want to hit all of those, 20 through 15, 3 times each. And you can hit each one singly 3 times. You can hit a triple, and then you're done. You could hit a double, and then one more, whatever. But you want to hit all of those 3 times, and then the bullseye. You notice the bullseye, there's the center part there, you see it there, the center part. That counts as a double, and then a little ring around the bull is a single, okay? So for the bullseye, you got to hit that little ring either 3 times or the center once and the ring once, and that would count as your 3 times for hitting the bull. And you want to do that before your partner or the person you're playing against. Now, there is also some scoring involved. So let's say you and I are playing, and I hit the 20 3 times, and you've only hit it twice. Every time after that I hit the 20, until we say close it out, until you've hit your 20 3 times, that means I score 20 points. Or I've closed out my 15s. I've hit 15 3 times, and you haven't. Then every time after that I hit 15, I score 15 points. So usually I have a little chalkboard, keep track. And it can get to be where you say, well, I'm down to 20 through 15. I've closed them all out. Now I'm just got to hit the bulls. Well, maybe you might have to hit more bullseyes because the other person may have gained some points on you. And so you may get ahead of that other person in terms of closing stuff out, but then you've got to still hit more darts at the end because this other person has more points than you. So I think my daughter probably has played once or twice with us. My wife, I don't know if she's ever played. My son and I used to like to play a lot on vacations and so forth. We haven't played in a while. Oh, I take that back. I mean, as of the recording of this video, which is actually late November of 2024, this is coming out in 2025. It's probably last summer that we played, but anyhow, I love it. Darts are fun, and they're really, really good. Just like any game or any sport, you'll find people that are super, super good at it. But to me, it's kind of like bowling and some other things where, hey, even if you're not that great, you can still enjoy it and have fun with people. It's a nice one just to hang out in the garage and talk with the person while you're throwing your darts. So anyhow, I just wanted to talk about darts. I was going to mention this in another video. There used to be a chain of gun shops in Indianapolis. It's called Don's Guns. And there's an interesting chap who owned the thing, and he had these very homemade commercials. And he would get to the end of the commercial, and Don was always in the commercial himself. And he'd get to the end and he'd say, "I don't want to make money, folks. I just love to sell guns." And he had this really crazy laugh, and it's like, man, I'm not sure we should be buying firearms for this guy, or maybe we should. Maybe this is the best guy to buy firearms for. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about darts. Well, talk to us a little bit about darts. Have you ever thrown darts? Do you like darts? You ever been part of a dart league? Do you like 301, 501? Do you like cricket? Do you play other games? Do you like the soft tips? Do you prefer the steel tip darts? Are you a serious darter? Do you pay attention to the material of the dart and how heavy it is? Love to know what you think about darts. Folks, as Malcolm Guite likes to say, I do these little things in order at last to do nothing. Or as I say in Latin, Parva ut tandem, nihil agam. Have a wonderful day.